So this is continuing where I last left off. So what I'll do for this is I'm gonna just do 1 hour of the distractor, but for the next 2 hours it's gonna be the heavy gunner, and actually might not even do an hour of distractor, just 30 minutes of distractor, because I've been doing nothing but distractor testing. So I'll do 30 minutes of distractor, which means I'll probably do 2 maps, and then everything else is going to be heavy gunner, which means I'm just going to be playing for about a good 2 hours for both Distractor and Heavy Gunner. So I'm going to split them apart. I haven't played Heavy Gunner yet, but I'm going to do that right now. Just need to make sure certain things are set in place. For instance, I have to create thumbnails for Zombie Army 4, for Warframe, and for Disco Elysium. Because this month I'm going to be playing Disco Elysium and AI Somnium Files. So need to create for those ones. For standard, yeah, for those ones. Actually, no, correction. I'm going to be playing Disco Elysium and Control for the month of September. For the remaining month of mid September to end of September is going to be or the first 3 weeks of September after this week. It's going to be the Disco Elysium or AI Somnium Files, which is probably most likely going to be AI Somnium Files because I play anime stories more than like for gaming like this. It's straight gaming. That's I play whatever, but when it comes to like stories, it's mostly anime. So it's probably going to be AI Somnium Files, and then Control as well because they just had their anniversary. So I wanted to get back into Control. Plus, I never finished that game. So there are 4 thumbnails I got to create. One for this one, which means I'm going to be taking a lot of screenshots of me as I'm playing this game, which means I'm going to do average missions as well. And the sucky part about it, I think I might have to take the screenshots when I'm offline. I don't think I can take screenshots while I'm streaming. So after this, I might just log off and then stay on for another 30 minutes. Yeah, so that's what I'll do. I'll play this game for about an hour and 30 minutes. And for the last 30 minutes, I'm going to make sure. No, I'll play this for about 2 hours. But for the last extra 30 minutes, after the 2 hours are over, I'm going to make sure I go back and play the game solo and screen cap everything. Like, for instance, this main screen here. I cannot screen cap this because the moment I press the... Well, let me see if I could do it. Save current game. No, that's for video recording. Take screenshots. Okay, so I could do it while I'm in the game, while I'm talking as well. So that's there. All right, so it's all good to go. So every time I'm in a mission, whether I do a slow motion something or whatever, I'm going to take a screenshot. And whatever screenshot I decide to use from here on out is going to be my Zombie Army thumbnail. Of course, I'm going to mix in the title of the name of the game in order to put it on top of the actual image I'm using. And then obviously I need to state what the video is going to be about, which means I'm going to have to put that there as well. But it'll be very simple. It'll be the image I took, it'll be the title of this game, and it'll be in a different type of text exactly what the video will be about. So it should be only like 3 or 4 things added into that thumbnail. So the hardest thing is probably going to position them where they need to be positioned and then make them a certain size so it could state specifically where it is and what it's about. But that's it. I mean, I won't go into too many things like I did with the manga manual, because I had to make sure that looked specifically right in order to state what I need to state. But Zombie Army, I'm only going to pick one type of text for the words used, the same text they use in this game. I'm going to only use the title of the game. I'm only going to use that. then I'm going to use whatever image I took here. And then it's going to represent every single zombie army thing that I do from here on out moving forward. So that's what I'm going to do with regards to um, thumbnails. So if I have a thumbnails and that thumbnail looks samey for that game, it's because that thumbnail is supposed to represent that specific game I'm playing for that day. So that's what I'm going to do moving forward. Um, because I'm finally getting into thumbnails now. I mean, I never used to mess with it before, but it is interesting. And when I have time, I get time to do these things. And if I don't have time, I can't do them. But now I have time in order to finally get into thumbnails. I usually put my end screens and stuff, but now I'm getting into thumbnails. So I could only do these things when I have time. So let me see who's on. Uh, he's playing a different game, and yeah. So I'll cut the chatter and just continue with the distractor because I already have that build there. And then I'll select the mission I need to select. I'll do that and probably do two maps, then switch to um, Gunner. So when I switch to Gunner, you'll know I switched to Gunner. So there is one thing I want to say with regards to this. Like sometimes you will go in mission and you'll see someone goes down, and you'll see them get revived. I mean, not revived. You'll see them get back up. So the perk for them to go down and then for them to get back up is a defense one. It says you have up to two chances to be revived after killing an enemy to get back up. Now, the thing is, with regards to this, there are people who obviously cheat in this game, as they do in many games. You will see them go down multiple times, and yet they were able to get up. And it says here specifically, when you once you max this out, you get to revive twice per chapter. So per each chapter, you only allowed to be revived twice. So it's either they don't go down twice in a chapter, so they get to keep that um, two extra revives, or they're doing something that they shouldn't, because there is no additional perks in here that state um, you could be revived twice. This is the only one that allows you to do so in as a perk in the game. So the only answer would be they don't go down twice in a chapter, prior chapter, and it carries over to the next chapter. So if I never go down in this chapter that I'm in right now, um, which is Tarot Lab City of Secrets, if I never go down even once, or not even once, yeah, more than once, if I don't go down twice in this chapter, it will carry over to this chapter, which is Cultists of Chaos. And I have more than two to revive. I'll have more than two to revive. I'll have four to revive. At least that's my assumption. So here's another test for me to do today. I am going to test how, if I could keep, if I don't, I'm going to test if I can't go down once in this chapter on hard mode. And if I don't go down even once on hard mode in this chapter, that means I have two revives that is going to carry over when I go into the next chapter. And if I go down once, I'll use once. And then if I go down a second time, then I'll use up my second. But if whatever carries over from 3 goes into 4, then that means I have 2 more. However, if I go down twice and I'm not able to get back up even a third or a fourth time, then that means there are people who are actually cheating. And obviously, those people are going to be recognized and stuff, because I'm recording this, so the company is going to be able to see this. So for this test purposes, you know, like if someone from the company ever watches this video, they'll see this. I doubt there are going to be that many people who are going to cheat. Every now and again, I probably won't even run into anyone today. But I'm going to be testing the method to see if the two from, let's say, this one carries over to this one, and then carries over to this one. So I guess the best method for me to do right now is to start from the beginning like I did before, beat the first one, and then see if it carries over to the second one. Or no, beat the second one and see if it carries over to the third one, since I stopped at the second anyway, and I went before I reached the third. But I already showed the first and the second, so now all I got to show is the third section. So I'll see if the third carries over into the fourth, if I even go down in the third twice. So we'll see. But you know what? Now I think about it, nobody likes the Terror Lab that much. It's typically Blood Count, Alpine Blitz, like Dead Zeppelin, Return to Hell. You know, every now and again you will get someone who wants to play Terror Labs because it's part. Each of the DLCs comes in three map sections, and they're put together. So in the campaign for the DLCs, if I remember clearly, Terror Lab, Blood Count, and Deeper Than Hell was one set, and then the next set was Damnation Valley, Alpine Abyss, and Dead Zeppelin. That was the second set. And then the next DLCs that came out, the third DLC set that came out was Terror Lab, Abandoned Asylum, and Return to Hell, which are the ones that are the most difficult in the game. Even though Alpine Bits is pretty difficult as well. So the first couple of sets aren't that difficult. Um, they go from low challenge to mid challenge. The next set are kind of base standard mid difficulty with Alpine Bis being a little difficult. And then of course the last ones such as Terror Labs, Return to Hell are kind of very difficult. Um, and Abandoned Asylum can be very difficult as well. So what I'll do is, since not many people play Terror Lab, and not many people, to be honest with you, not many people play Deeper Than Hell either. Every now and again they play Deeper Than Hell, but it's typically Blood Count. For each of these DLC sets, there's typically one mode that people play. For the first set, is typically Blood Count. For the second set, is typically Alpine Blitz, and for the fourth set, um, the third set is typically Terminal Lab. So it's always Terminal Lab, is always Alpine Blitz, or is always Blood Count. That's typical. And then every now and again, someone will play a different mode. To show this, I'm going to go in and browse and see someone's playing Deeper Than Hell, and someone's playing the regular game, Alpine Blitz, playing Alpine Blitz, and someone's playing Dead Zeppelin. So, but most people are playing Alpine Blitz as DLCs. Alpine Blitz here, and Alpine Blitz here. So that's the DLCs that people are playing. That's the one most people like for the DLCs. All these other missions, except for Deeper Than Hell, are regular missions within the game. So actually, to be honest with you, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play the regular game. My DLC weapons might not work within the regular game, um, but who knows? I'm going to use them anyway because it's not about the DLC weapons. It's about what I'm trying to go for, and that is to take as much screen cap as I can and see which one I'm going to use for my thumbs, and then test out the Distractor and the Heavy Gunner. So those are my objectives today. Get my thumbnails from my gameplays and test out Distractor and Heavy Gunner.
The Nazi war machine was on its last legs, hammered on all sides by Allied forces. After so much sacrifice, so much horror, it seemed the world would wake at last from its nightmare. Instead, Hitler woke the dead. The Allies didn't stand a chance. Hitler's trolls were tireless, numberless, merciless. They came from everywhere. nowhere was safe. But we formed a resistance, and we fought on despite the odds. The Dead War, we called it. After months of brutal losses, a volunteer squad turned the tide. They cast Hitler into another world, cutting the head from the snake. And yet still the war rages. Even with no leader and no purpose, the dead roam the earth in swarms 1,000,000 strong. And us? Well, we're taking the world back, one bullet at a time.
Still nothing from the base, huh? Radios must still be down. Bruno must be going mad. Better hurry back then.
you're alive. What took you so long, eh? I thought we'd have to leave without you.
You worry too much, Bruno. How come we're leaving anyway?
Orders came.
Ah, you, hello there. You see your radio mast. Damn husks are all over it, and they just won't stay still. Maybe you could clear them out, eh?
What are they doing there? Stupid things. Sure. I'll handle it.
Merci, whenever you're ready, just aim and scoop. Search marksmanship, c'est magnifique!
And see, here's the reason why I never put on slow motion for spectating, because If I do this, I'll be here all day. Like everything, all my shots will be most of my shots anyway will be slow motion. I will always get slow motion shots. So typically I always put on speed. So if I go to my options and then put on the speed, um, for seeing acceleration with regards to slow motion, quick camera, you probably won't even see half of these things, or you would see them. Like at the beginning of the game, the first level of the game when you first start playing the game, it would give you a lot of these empty lungs. But as you go later on into the game, it won't be so generous. See, it's just being generous with me right now. There's no way I typically get this much headshots.
Lifesaver, I thank you.
And they typically make you feel that you're good at shooting in the first level of the game. That's why I don't like to do test runs on the beginning dead ahead, because it always shows you, makes you feel like you're actually doing good, but your headshots might actually be off a little. That's why I don't typically run dead ahead. Even though it's the beginning of the game, it's because it's the beginning of the game why it's limited. It's not it's too generous with giving you headshots. When you go later on to Death Canal and Meat Locker, then the generosity starts to slowly go down. So I think what I'll do is, yeah, I'll go Death Canal and I'll go to, or maybe Meat Locker. No, I'll go to Death Canal. And even though I have it on hard mode and it reduced the difficulty of you taking headshots, it's still the beginning of the game, so it's always going to be generous with the headshots at the beginning, even regardless of what mode you're on. So now, the only reason I'm playing the regular modes because I need to get some screenshots for my thumbnails to see which one works best with my text and stuff. Otherwise, I'll be simply just playing the DLCs. So I'll switch back and forth between regular thumbs and DLCs.
Will do. I just hope we're not too late.
bloody ghost town.
Right there! Fire in the hole! Looks like whoever lived here had to leave in a hurry. Landmine here. Found a landmine. I would hate to be a zombie right now. There! It's the captain! He's alive!
Grenade here!
You're here, thank God!
Captain, give me a status report. Where are the rest of your troops? What's going on with that thing up there?
I'm afraid we're all that's left. As for the storm, we know as little as you do.
It seems to be connected to something.
I see.
Listen, we're not safe here. The Hellplanes could return at any moment. We need to gather our forces and retreat to free Paris.
Did say hell planes. Please tell me those aren't what they sound like.
Captain, up there!
Whoa!
Damn it all! Briggs, shoot down that plane!
Aye, yes, sir!
Listen up. We've got about 30 seconds before the rest of those damn things show up, so you best get ready to fight. You deal with the ground troops while we take care of the planes.
Think you can handle that?
I'm on it. Found a weapon attachment.
I'm reloading!
I want to thank you. Squad, come in. Are you there? Do you read me?
Bruno, come in. I read you.
Grazie Dio. Are you okay? What happened?
Good news from the captain. Bad news, Venice resistance is all but one point. The base has been completely overrun.
That is bad news indeed. While you were fighting, I spoke with Dr. Schweiger. He has a theory about the storms and the cultists. They may well be connected. But we need you to investigate further. Any intel you can provide on the storm will be invaluable if we have to launch a counteroffensive.
Hello.
What is this?
I need to reload.
Oh, ouch! Sorry about that.
Kill confirmed. Over there, see that? Over there. Hey, look at that.
Oops. Probably shouldn't have touched that.
Touched what? What did you touch?
Some kind of... Contact! Enemy is here!
It must require tribute. Keep killing. Give it what it wants.
Come, stay with us. We need you up there. Why? It's filling up, but it still needs more.
Then you must keep going.
It looks like it's almost full. Just a little more.
touch an evil blood fountain, try and make sure you know what you're doing, huh?
Move through there!
We'll be okay.
Back off! Target down.
That bastard shot me!
Damn it! You're in the line of fire!
Hold still.
Suicider down.
Just a sec, and you'll be right as rain.
It can't end like this. A grenade!
What's wrong?
Bruno, the storm in Venice. It is not an isolated incident. Another has occurred here in Sardinia, and heat maps across Europe have begun to spike with infernal resonance. We must learn where they are coming from and why. Readings must be taken. Research must be conducted. We must find a way to destroy them before...
Schweiger!
Grenade here.
You'll want to make sure you're armed and ready. The area below the storm is swarming with zombies.
Sounds splendid fun.
Over there, see that?
There it is. Yeah.
What's that? Looks like some kind of tower out in the water. I think it's connected to the storm.
If we can destroy that, perhaps the storm will disappear. But how?
Oh. Get stopped. And used it to conduct electricity.
Strike the tower with electricity. That might just work. Find a way to fix up the generator and set it charging.
Oh, I see. I work, Hector.
Now this is what I call a weapon.
Supply crate.
And Bob's your uncle. Good as new.
Good. Now activate it and begin the charging process.
It worked, but it didn't destroy the tower. We need to hit it harder.
Look for more generators. If you can build up multiple charges, you can unleash it all in a single concentrated blast.
Planting mine! Hal, stay with us. We need you up there. Suicider!
Good, but to be sure it's enough to destroy the tower, you'll need at least one more charge. Find another generator.
Hold on.
Suicider.
Sniper! I've spotted a supply crate. Got your back.
Down. Damn it all. Guess I'm on a roll.
Check you out!
Look alive, Hector. I mean, not alive. You know what I mean.
Tripwire here.
Shake it off. We need you in the...
Okay, so that was the Distractor. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Throwing grenades, putting down mines. It's pretty good. I think it's actually better than Shola's setup. It actually works better than Shola's. She's not resistant to bullets because what I set for her, if I remember clearly, I put the bullet resistance for her on, which is the standard because she's weak against bullets. But I didn't put on extra satchels because that's mostly has to do with range and everything. So allowing me to have more grenades is good. And of course, the typical mine stuff is hers anyway. So the only really thing that I put on, if I remember carefully what I put on, the only thing that I really put on that's not Shola for this build is with just one perk from Josh. Because typically you want to have bullet resistance on her anyway, because she's weak against bullets. And you always want to have stamina defense on and second chance on, which is a no-brainer. And since she's a trapper, putting down traps on her, it was obvious to do more damage with traps. So the only real thing that's different with regards to her is just one extra perk. That's it. So whatever perks that came with her before, I just substitute at least two of them out in order for, because typically she will have on traps and then she will have on bullet resistance. That's her thing. And then you fill up the other slots with what you want. But you always want second chance on, and you always want stamina defense on. So that's an obvious. So the only one that really is optional towards Distractor is throwing grenades. So you have grenades that does whistling or alarm sounds, then you have mines that does whistling and alarm sounds, or scents. They have different scent or heat, and they distract good. So Distractor is mostly about you putting down things, a lot of things, grenades and traps, in order to distract and kill enemies. So that's an obvious if you're putting on Distractor. However, this game doesn't have a Distractor. It has a trapper and a grenader. Typically, they should have just threw in just one character and call that character, Trapper. And Trapper is someone that could trap enemies with grenades or with traps, like putting down bombs. But they separated into two classes. Or they could have just called her engineer. So she just like basically she's classified as an engineer. So she could have done both grenades and engineer both grenades as well as traps. But they didn't do that. So let me see, what did I unlock? I unlocked something. A perk for something. It says I have one upgrade that I could add. But I can't put it on these weapons because these are DLC weapons, so it wouldn't work. It would have to be added to a regular game weapon. So now I'm going to switch to... Now I'll switch to a different class. I'm going to select... since this is a gunner, I'm going to select the heavy gunner. I'm going to go for Maria. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Maria. Maybe Lounge Singer Maria. It'll look kind of weird carrying her heavy gun and everything. So it's gonna be Lounge Singer Maria, and she looks more like a Lois Lane than a Lounge Singer, like the old classic Superman Lois Lane than a Lounge Singer. And since she has the ability to elemental weapons upgrade, charge faster. She's going to be a combination of both, weapon attachments does more damage, and as well as heavy guns. Because if I look on the different class, there's no class within this entire game that has a character that does more boosted damage towards heavy guns. At least, well, actually, maybe the Left 4 Dead characters do. Carl does the sniper stuff. Warner does the medkit stuff. Maria does the attachment stuff, and then the Left 4 Dead characters does the MP long, special melee, takedowns, increased melee damage, faster sprint, brain buster, oil grenade damage, weapon focus increase, fewer kills. But that's just weapon focus for weapons that you're carrying, not for heavy guns. Kits, elemental weapon upgrades, charge faster. Yeah, so basically for a heavy gunner, you would typically want to go with a character like Maria, simply because it's called heavy gunner for two reasons. One, you'll be able to use heavy guns. Two, you'll be able to attach higher powerful elemental damage attached towards regular weapons as well. So if you're aiming specifically for like do more damage with guns, or at least do elemental damage, upgrade faster, increase bullet damage resistance. Well, this is just for upgrading. Now that I think about it, this is just for upgrading. Charge faster, increase bullet damage resistance. This is just for upgrading. So actually, yeah, she's not for this. She's just for upgrading weapons. That's all, and for resisting bullets. So I guess I'll have to create my own heavy gunner class based on everything. So should I go with? I'll go with a Left 4 Dead character. It won't be Nick. Weapon focus, increase fewer kills. Charge, increase trap damage radius. No. Grenade damage. Brain busters, faster, fewer kills. Sprint. Faster movement. Takedown, increase fewer kills. Charge. Increase melee damage resistance. Increase bleed out time. But no health gain back. That's not good. Special melee damage. Overkills require fewer kills and charge. Too long. Increased critical chance to long range shots. Alright, so the only thing that makes sense here with regards to heavy guns or towards weapons is Bill, which is typically the sniper elite ones, Carl, because every other character isn't have any power with any of the heavy weapons. This is just, she just does upgrade to weapon faster. He just does med kits and healing faster. He just does throwing grenades. Hector just does takedown, require fewer kills, so he is more damage towards both melee, and his bleed out lasts longer. That's it. She does traps. Carl does bullet shots, and June does stamina, speed, and well as brain bursters. Requires fewer kills to charge. Now I'm thinking maybe I should go with June because if I'm shooting and it takes less damage for it to kill these enemies with a heavy weapon or with any weapon, she might actually be the one to go for, rather than having someone like Bill here, which is overkills, which you have to zoom in for, and empty lung. Whereas I wouldn't say whether, but whereas if you use someone like June, or someone similar to June, I think yeah, she's similar to June. Zoe, yeah, she's similar to June. So if I pick Zoe, she moves faster. I think she doesn't require, I don't know 100%, because this is just a fictitious creation of a character, the heavy gunner. So I'm only creating these classes because I want to see how they work with different perks on. So I'll replace the trapper one with the heavy guns, pick up mounted heavy weapons, and I will replace this as well with support grenades duration, support grenades range. I don't need that. I don't need any of this. What I do need is more damage towards weapons. This is about overkills. This is about one less kill requires to weapon focus. Just general damage towards weapons. Decrease weapon focus, stamina cost, increase weapon focus damage. Until long. This is only when you're breathing. Requires a brain burster. And since I am using her for brain bursting, this is the best solution. Or increase the total number of targets to 4. Brain burster expert. Increase the total number of targets to 5. The amount of targets that I could do brain bursting with. So it really depends on how I'm doing brain burster frequency, to increase the frequency of doing brain bursting consistently, or to increase the number of enemies that you could brain burst. I think it's best for me to do frequency with brain burst. And some health gain from headshots and and 3 less kills required for zombie takedowns. But that has nothing to do with using the heavy guns. Like Brain Brisker is closest to use heavy guns. None of the defense perks has to do with using heavy guns, so. And heavy guns probably don't use shotgun ammo, but they might use rifle ammo, but this is more for like having more specific ammo for just shooting weapons. So if you don't use sniper weapons, you could use shotgun. If you don't use shotgun, you could use pistols. Really depends on what you're going to be using in combat. Increase attachment, proximity. Increase ammo attachments. Greatly increase ammo attachments. Alright, so when I pick up ammo, it greatly increase my ammo. It increase combo timer. I don't care about special weapons, we increase stamina. Okay, so ammo attachment. So I have larger ammo size. Well, ammo attachment. See, this is increased for rifle ammo capacity to have more capacity for the different weapon type. And this is about to have attachments towards ammos of an ammo type. So I guess if you have corrosive or heat or divine ammunition inside of your ammo, it'll greatly increase it rather than it being random popping up. So I kind of like that. I don't think it applies to turret guns, but it will apply to your weapons. So I'm going to test that out. Replenish some health. Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm going to attach an attachment, use an attachment, and I'm also going to use Go Heavy. So Go Heavy and Back Catalog. Those are the two that are going to attached to this character, and since this is weak against melee, I will replace bulletproof with hardened or resistance toward melee. So yeah, 3 things have been changed out for heavy gunner. Heavy, which is picking up heavy weapons, and hardening, which is for resistance to melee, because you typically take more melee damage than you take bullet damage anyway. And plus this character is weak against melee. And attachments, ammo attachments will increase greatly. So whatever attachments that happen towards your ammo, it's not going to just be you get more ammo. It's whatever is attached to that ammo, such as the elemental damage type, is going to be increased. So every time you cap off a couple of rounds, it's most likely that more elemental damage is going to be per bullet, rather than every 1, 2, or 3 shots is actually an elemental. Yeah, so. But I'm assuming that it means, because based on what it's saying here, I'm assuming it means elemental damage. I don't know 100% for sure, but increased ammo attachments. It could simply just mean you have more pouches to increase your ammo capacity. I mean, no, more pouches would be this. That increases your ammo capacity. And this is, I guess you could say, attachment towards the ammo, whatever you want to put on the ammo themselves. That's why I said this is elemental. but I never researched deeply into attachments and what they do. So I'm gonna just go with this and then test it in mission to see how it will perform. But the main one is to whip out the heavy and make sure harden is on, since this character is weak against melee. So I'll test it out right now, and I'll see what mission I'll do. I'll pick, since I'm only going to be on for like 2 hours, actually only going to be on for like 20 more minutes, I'm going to pick a short mission and go through it. And DLC, obviously, because I'm using DLC weapons, so I believe I'll go with blood count this time. And I believe the first mission is the shortest mission. Yeah, so I'll go with that. But here's the thing, I might have missed something. I might have missed... I don't believe that you could pick up heavy weapons in blood count, but I could be wrong. Like, you can't remove it off shelves and stuff.
The secret Nazi church in Bavaria contained occult texts that describe Plan Z as one step of a bigger and much older plan. Our analysts have traced these texts back to an ancient castle in Transylvania, and its steward, a man named Baron Umbra. If we're going to learn what the Nazi cult has planned, we will learn it there. Head for the castle and get to the bottom of this.
Bruno, the castle is in sight. Getting here was not easy. The truck was destroyed by some strange-looking creepers.
Well, then you'll have to proceed on foot. Find your way up to the castle and keep me updated.
These vehicles are all filled with machine parts. Were they taking them to the castle?
Wait, machine parts? That reminds me of something. Hold on, I need to investigate.
Investigate? Bruno! Bruno? I don't understand.
Yes, the timelines match up. I think this is it. Project Agartha. Before this crisis, the Allies intercepted a coded message about an operation called Project Agartha. The Nazis were building something big. Once the crisis began, it was forgotten. But this, it matches the message and timeline exactly. I think whatever they were building is inside the castle.
If they were building something, its progress was interrupted.
Focus on getting to the castle. I'll see what else I can learn.
The road ends here. We must find a new path.
There are several paths up the mountainside. If you head along the river, you should find a way up.
Head along the river? Copy that. Ah! It got me!
here.
Don't give up, Werner. Push through it. You shot me! Won't get away! The convoy splits in two directions. The vehicles carrying machine parts were heading this way. Through that door. These vehicles were transporting science equipment towards the castle. gate is closed. We can't get through.
Shadow demon!
Dead rise to stop us. I will not allow it.
Now, this is what happened.
I found a landmine! There's the safe room.
Grenade!
Bruno, have you learned more of the Baron and the castle?
Records suggest there have been barons occupying the castle for hundreds of years. But I can't find a single mention of any wives or children. Not even a family tree. It's bizarre.
Strange indeed. Castle is big. It's whole town here.
The town grew up around the castle over the years, but the citizens rarely ventured beyond its walls, so my intel is limited. The The people of the surrounding villages refused to come near it, believing it was cursed. They told stories of people who approached the citadel disappearing.
Kapa.
All right, that's it for this game. I already went over the timer. So I'm about to stop at 2:15. I went a little bit over, so I'll continue this tomorrow for the heavy gunner. But tomorrow will be the last of the Zombie Army 4. I won't be playing Zombie Army 4 for quite some time after tomorrow. So in the near future, anything else I play will probably won't be zombie related unless it's probably World War Z. But I'm gonna put away Zombie Army 4 for quite some time. Tomorrow might be the last day I play Zombie Army 4. But today, the remainder of today will probably be just Warframe. After this, do a couple of hours of other activities, and then I'll jump on to Warframe around 10 o'clock.